Good morning, baseball fans. This is Anthony, and welcome to BBSN. And today we start a series I'm very excited about. The Cubbies, in our 1969 payoff pitch replay, welcome in the Pittsburgh Pirates. So this should be a very good series. The Pirates have some good sticks in their lineup, and this will be Game 7. And just to look at where we are at this point in real life, and in the replay, the Cubs are 5-1, so staying true to life so far. And in this game, played 4-14 in 1969, the Cubs won the actual game 4-0 behind a gem by Ken Holtzman, who defeated Bob Veal. And the as-played lineups are in place for both teams, so we will go over those now. First of all, for the Pirates, leading off, playing center field, Matty Alou. Jose Pagan will bat second and be at third. The great Roberto Clemente bats third and will be in right field. Willie Stargell, left field, will bat cleanup. Bob Robertson gets the start at first base today. He will bat fifth. Hitting sixth will be catcher Jerry May. And the player known to Yankees as Bill S.O.B. Mazeroski will plays second base and bats seventh. I don't know that anyone but Yankees fans call him that. We're still not over 1960. All good. Freddie Patek will play short and hit eighth. And on the mound for the Pirates will be Bob Veal. And for the Cubbies, your lineup remains pretty much intact from the last game. Don Kessinger leads off at short. Glenn Beckert will be at second base and hit second. Sweet swinging Billy Williams, the hero in our last game against the Expos, bats third. He'll be in left. Ernie Banks will be at first base and hit cleanup. Randy Hundley will catch, hit fifth. Jim Hickman will be the right fielder and bat sixth. Batting seventh, center fielder Don Young. And Paul Popovich, in for the injured Don Santa, will bat eighth and be at third base. And on the mound, the author of the 4-0 masterpiece in real life, Kenny Holtzman. And there you see our pitchers today, Veal and Holtzman. So without further ado, I think we are ready to play ball, and Matty Alou will get things going for the Pirates. And I did get my pitcher's cards out and prepared today. You know, Payoff Pitch is a great game, and if you haven't played it, definitely give it a look. The 2017 card set should be released fairly soon. I'm thinking within the next week or two, and I definitely want to get the color version of this. I didn't think it would make a difference with the cards, but in the PDF I have, which is in color, that I printed out, color does help you get to the result a little quicker. Not that it's really hard to find the spots, but the color coding just is a nice touch. And these cards, if you don't have the game, are excellent quality. Real nice card stock, have a gloss to them, sturdy, and very easy to handle. So there's my pimping for Payoff Pitch. Give it a look, and we're ready to play ball. Holtzman to Alou. 5 will be Patient, and that's going to be a ground ball to shortstop. So Kessinger takes care of Matty. And we have one down. Jose Pagan will be up next. And the pitch is going to be tough. And Pagan is going to fly out to center field. So 2 down as Young puts that away. Roberto Clemente, great one who tragically lost his life helping earthquake victims in his native Nicaragua, I believe. 9 is Patient, and Clemente is going to wrap that into the gap, and that's going to be a triple for Roberto. So he motors around to third base. Slides in under the tag, and the Pirates have the game's potential first run 90 feet away with Pop Stargell up. Probably not called Pops at this time. And 11 is going to be a ballpark, and that is going to be wheelhouse, and that's not going to be good news. This shutout could disappear very quickly, but Stargell misses a pitch. It's a deep drive to right at the track, and Hickman brings it in. So Stargell got his pitch, and he said no shutout this time, but he could not connect. And the Pirates, nothing but a long, loud out as the Cubbies come up in the bottom of the first inning. No score. Bob Veal set to face Kessinger. And 6 is going to be in play, and Kessinger against the lefty. And that's just going to squeak by, and a single into right field. Kessinger pokes out one past Mazeroski. And Glenn Beckert will be the batter. Kessinger steals on a 4, and not going to happen. Beckert waits for the pitch, and 9 is tough. 93, that'll be a fly out to left field. Runner holds. And the Pirates really, to me, underperformed in 1969. Probably had one of the better lineups in the NL. Pitching really wasn't bad. They just could not put it together. Sweet swinging Billy Williams. And that's going to be a tough, and ring him up, Johnny. Veal strikes Williams out, and 2 down. As Billy heads dejectedly back to the bench, and Ernie Banks up. Banks is going to get tough, and Banks whiff strikes him out too. So 2 strikeouts to end the inning. And we're going to go to the top of the second, and it's 0-0. And I have a feeling as pitcher friendly as late 1960s were. 2 good hurlers on the mound. I think this could be another solid pitcher's duel. As Holtzman gets ready to face Robertson, and 7 is in play. And Robertson grounds it down to first base. Banks takes that himself, and we have 1 down for the Pirates. Jerry May, the catcher, up. Holtzman delivers. In play again, and let's shake this. 5. All right, that'll be a 50. That'll be a fly out to right field. 2 down for the Pirates. As Holtzman recovered from that near scare in the first inning. Bill S.O.B. Mazeroski, so named by Yankees fans, not myself. 6 is going to be tough, and Mazeroski out of range. That'll be a ground ball down to third. Popovich takes care of that. And the Pirates go down in order in the top of the second inning. And we head to the bottom of the inning, still no score. Bob Veal completes his warm-up pitches and prepares to face catcher Randy Headley. And the pitch from Veal is going to be in play. He dies. That would have been a 9. Fly out to left field. So Hundley goes down, a shallow fly out. 6 in play, 52, and that is going to be a fly out to right field. So Clemente tracks that down, puts it away no problem, and Hickman is the second out of the inning. And no bueno. Somebody forgot to change his lineup to as played. I apologize for that while I dig out Don Young. This tradition is becoming as consistent as the whiteout tradition that Chris has at Strat-o-matic, Delaware, and that I always seem to either not have the pitcher's card in place or do something with a batter early in the game. So that resolved. Young out, 2 down, Veal. And 8's going to be tough and all that trouble. Young goes down swinging. That's what you get for holding up the game, Mr. Young. And we are through 2, still no score. Kenny Holtzman, he would later go on to win himself a couple of rings with Charlie Finley's Mercurial A's in the 70s. Could have had one this year, Kenny. But our Cubbies collapsed. 9 is going to be a patient. And 66, that's going to be a ground ball to second base. Beckert puts that away. 1 down. Bob Veal, the batter. And 5, that's going to be Patient. And Holtzman just cannot hit the tough roll right now as he gives up a walk to his opposing number. And that usually does not lead to good things. Back to the top of the order, Matty Lou, the pitch from Holtzman. 2 is going to be in play, and that's going to be a single or double. So go to the fast action cards to see what Veal does. And double, grounder down the line into left field. Runners advance 2 bases. So Veal cannot get across. He stops at third. But the Pirates are in business. 1 down, second and third. And Jose Pagan, the batter. Holtzman delivers. And 3 is going to be a defensive check. So again, back to the facts. And defensive check here, error check on the shortstop. And at short, Kessinger is an excellent fielder. He is a 5, roll of 46. And that's going to be an out. 2-6 roll is a 3. And we have the infield back, and that is going to, let's make sure here. Okay, runner on third with a run rating of 7 or more scores. All other runners hold, and Veal does not. So Kessinger makes the play, takes care of Pagan, and Veal cannot score from third. So we remain scoreless. Kenny Holtzman is hanging on to that 0. Roberto Clemente, the batter. 6 tough, and Clemente, sit down, struck him out. So Holtzman with a big inning-ending K, and the Pirates again leave runners in scoring position and cannot come through. Head to the bottom of the third inning, still no score. Paul Popovich gets set to lead off against the lefty Bob Veal. And 8's going to be a tough, and that'll be out of range. 89 will be a fly out to left field. 1 down, and Holtzman comes up to face his opposing number. Veal the pitch. 11 is Patient, and that's going to be out of range. 49 will be a ground ball down to third. So Pagan takes care of Holtzman, and we have 2 down. Back to the top of the order. Don Kessinger. Kessinger single to lead off the game. And 7 is tough, 44. And that's going to be another single for Kessinger. Fights off a tough pitch. Loops that just over the second baseman's head, and he will be at first base. And with 2 down, we will see if he'll try and steal. Needs a 4 or less, does not get it. So Beckert's going to have to get it done. And pitch is going to be a defensive check. And that'll be a low number, so that will probably be, well, that will be something bad. It's going to be an error check on the third baseman, and Pagan is a 3. So a 3C roll of 1 to 53 is an error, and 15 will be an error. And for the infielder, that will be a 1 base error. So Pagan can't come up with that one, and all runners are safe on the E5. And Billy Williams comes up to a rousing ovation after his heroics yesterday against the Expos. The pitch is a 6 in play, 33. And he pokes that into center field. And Williams, the advancement, 2 down. Looping, a sharp liner drops in front of the left fielder. Runner on second base, advance plus, so he has a choice to advance, and with 2 outs, that's kind of a house rule, that automatically becomes a 2-base advance because they would have been running. So Williams, the RBI single. Kessinger comes around to score, and over to third is Beckert, and still 2 down, runners at the corners. Probably should have explained that house rule before I played the card, but In the game, if you're using the dice, basically with 2 outs, the runners are going to take that extra base. And for the fast action cards, what I've done is if it comes up a 1 base advance with 2 outs, I'll use the coach's choice option then to roll with the arm and run rating factored in. If it is a 2 base or an extra base advance, obviously that still applies. But if the question mark comes up, then I consider that to be an automatic 2 base advance too. Just so we are clear on that. As Ernie Banks gets ready to hit. And 11 is going to be patient. 54, that'll be just out of range, almost plunks him, but instead it's a weak grounder down to Pagan. He handles this one cleanly, gets it over to first base, and the Cubbies are gone in a third, but they break through, and that is an unearned runoff field. We've played 3, and Cubbies lead at 1-0. So, top of the 4th inning, and Pops will lead it off for the Pirates as Kenny Holtzman takes his warm-up pitches and gets set to deliver. Pitch from Holtzman is a tough 93. That's going to be a fly out to right field. So Hickman puts that away, and Stargell is retired. Bob Robertson, first baseman up. He grounded out to his counterpart unassisted in the first. 8 is tough. 25 struck him out. So Holtzman with the big K and 2 down for the Pirates. Jerry May, the batter. Holtzman again. 6 is going to be tough and 31. And you look hungry, Jerry. Special K for you too. Back to the dugout, and that's the top of the 4th for the Pirates as Holtzman strikes out the last 2 in the inning. And we're heading to the bottom of the 4th, 1-0 Cubbies. Bob Veal set to face Randy Hundley. And a pitch for Veal, that's ballpark. 22 is wheelhouse. So Hundley gets a pitch, groove down the middle. He swings, 36. This ball is deep, 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 and gone into the left field bleachers. Randy Hundley, a solo shot to start the 4th inning. And the Cubs take a 2-0 lead. And that went 6 rows deep there into the bleacher bum section in left field. Fans of this gaming channel too, I hope. Jim Hickman comes up to bat, and 8 is going to be a tough. 47 gets the lefty, and that's going to be a single, so Hickman fights that off. A Texas leaguer into center field. And the Cubbies now are starting to get to Veal here. Hickman runs on a 3 or less. He stays put. Not a lot of speed on this Cubby team. Don Young will be the batter. 10 is in play, 61, and that's going to be a fly out to right field. Runners hold, so 1 down. And pitch to Popovich is an 8. That's tough, and that'll be a strikeout. So Popovich, swing, 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 and miss. Back to the bench, 2 down. Holtzman the batter. And 3, that'll be a defensive check. And on this one, defense, that will be an error check on third base. So again, Pagan, who is a 3, and 34 there is going to be another error on Jose. And this error is going to be another 1 base error, so he boots that. Runners now on first and second. And back to the top of the order for the Cubbies, Don Kessinger will look again to take advantage of Pagan's generosity in the field. The pitch is 8, tough, 89. Not going to happen. That's a ground ball down to shortstop. And Patek says, let me show you how we field. Over to first, and the inning is over. But the Cubbies strike again. A solo shot by Randy Hundley, and we're heading to the top of the 5th inning. And the Cubbies lead it 2-0. So Holtzman So far, 4 innings in, is staying on pace with his real-life result, though he has been in danger a couple of times. Mazeroski to lead it off for the Pirates. And his dice caught. There we go. 4 is going to be tough, and 60 will be a ground ball to second base. So Beckert takes care of his counterpart. Mazeroski down 4-3, and 1 down for Freddie Patek. Pitch from Holtzman, and tough 13. Patek struck him out. Swing and a miss, 2 down. And for Holtzman, that is his 4th strikeout of the game. He's also walked 1. As Veal comes up, and that's going to be a tough, and that'll definitely be a strikeout. So Holtzman's somewhat embarrassed he walked his counterpart last time. Decides to just put him away quickly here. 4-pitch strikeout. And we're heading to the bottom of the 5th inning. Our score still 2-0 Cubbies. Glenn Beckert to lead it off. Veal the pitch, and 8 is going to be tough, 53. And that's going to be a fly out to right field. Clemente hauls that in comfortably, 1 down. And Clemente in this game, a right fielder with an arm of 5. We know he had a cannon, but that's phenomenal. Most of the, well, very few left fielders in this game even have that arm rating. 10 will be in play. 0-5 is going to be a hit. And that's going to be a triple. Billy Williams, a slicing line drive, and that's going to roll around in the right field corner, and he's on his way to third, in ahead of the throw from Clemente, which does not happen much. He tested Roberto and came out on the good end, so a 1-out triple, and the Cubbies threatening again. Ernie Banks, 10 in play, 47, and that is going to be a ground ball down to third. Runner holds, 2 down. Hit right at Pecan, who made the play. Randy Hunter, the batter. 7 is going to be a tough. 91 will be a fly out to left field. So the 1-out triple by Williams, but the Cubs cannot capitalize, and we're heading to the top of the 6th. Our score 2-0 Cubbies. Ken Holtzman wouldn't call it a masterpiece, but it's a at least a painting you could get a couple of $100 for, doing enough to keep the Pirates off the board. Matty Alou leads it off for the Buccos, and that's in play. And it'll be ground ball down to second base. Beckert over to Banks, 1 down. Jose Pagan, who's had a couple of miscues in this game, one of which led to a run. And 6 is going to be tough. And Pagan, trying to redeem himself, smacks one into the gap in left center. And he's going to cruise into second base with a stand-up double. And that brings up the meat of the Pirate order. Roberto Clemente, adjusts his cap, stands in, the pitch. And that's going to be in play, and that's going to be a double. So Clemente, back-to-back doubles, and the shutout is broken up. Pirates are on the board as Pagan comes around to score. 1 down, a runner at second base. So Stargell, 1 stroke of that mighty wand can tie this game up or put the Pirates ahead. And 7 is going to be in play. That's going to be out of range, however. And that'll be a ground ball down to shortstop. Kessinger takes care of that. Clemente holds at second base, 2 down. Bob Robertson, the batter. And Robertson, he's grounded out to first and struck out today. 5, that's going to be patient. That's going to be a walk. So Robertson trots down to first. Holtzman's second walk. Runners on first and second. 2 down for Jerry May. And a pitch, defensive check. So our defense is going to be a range check on the left fielder. That's sweet swinging Billy Williams. He has a range of D, roll of 74, and he's going to track that down. A nice running catch, and that saves at least 1 run from scoring, possibly 2. But the Pirates do get on the board here in the top of the 6th. We head to the bottom of the inning. Our score 2-1 Cubbies. And Bob Veal back out on the mound. Jim Hickman, the batter. And Hickman, he has a single today and 2 trips to the plate. Bob Veal, he was on the same team as Bob Moose. A nice menu out there in the bullpen if you're into exotic game. 9 will be a tough, and 49, and just out of range there. Hickman is going to fly out to right field. Nice easy high fly to Clemente. 1 down for Don Young. Young today 0 for 2. He is struck out. 9 is tough, and 99. That's going to be a fly out to left field. Stargell puts that one away. 2 down. Paul Popovich, who is filling in admirably for the injured Ron Santo, who will be out until game 80 in this replay. 8's going to be tough. 97, another fly ball, and Stargell puts that one away. And we're heading to the 7th inning, folks. A nice little pitcher's duel going. 2-1 Cubbies. And Bill Mazeroski. I don't know if I mentioned this, but I hate him as a Yankees fan. I may have, who knows. He leads it off for the Cubbies here in the 7th inning. Of course I mentioned it. 19-6. I wasn't even born then, but it still bothers me. Now, Holtzman. It's going to be tough, and Mazeroski, that'll be a ground ball down to Kessinger. So 6-3, and he can head back to the dugout. Take his seat next to the water cooler. Freddie Patek, that'll be in play, 41, and ground ball down to third base, sorry. Popovich takes care of Patek, and pitcher Bob Veal comes to the plate. And close game, they're going to let him hit. Not a very good hitter. 10 is in play, and you see what he needs to get there. Not happening. That'll be a ground ball down to first. So Banksy takes that unassisted, and we're going to the bottom of the 7th inning. And I sung yesterday. I may just leave the singing to Chris at Strat-o-matic, Delaware from now on. Especially early in the morning when my voice isn't warmed up. And I'm sticking to that reason. So, leading off the bottom of the 7th is pitcher Holtzman. Definitely staying in, pitching a good game thus far. And tough, that's going to be a strikeout. So Veal says, what you do to me, I do to you. 1 down for Don Kessinger. The pitch, and 5, that's going to be patient, 35. And Kessinger is going to poke that one into center field. And that's his 3rd hit of the day. So Kessinger on first. 1 down. Let's see if he wants to steal. He does not. So Glenn Beckert comes up. Beckert, he's reached on an error and flown out twice, 0 for 3. 4, that'll be patient, 25. And that's going to be a single for Becks. And let's see what the advancement is on the fact card. It's going to be a long single into the gap into center field. Runner on first advances 1 base. So Cubbies going station to station here. Kessinger on second, Beckert on first. And that man, sweet swinging Billy Williams. He has singled and tripled, driven in a run today. Also struck out back in the first. And 10's going to be in play. 97, fly out to right field. Not this time, 2 down. Here's one of my dogs in the background, obviously a Billy Williams fan. Chirping there when they heard him announced. And 8, that's going to be tough. 15, and struck him out. Swing and a miss for Ernie. So Veal puts the Cubbies away in the 7th inning, and we're heading to the top of the 8th. Our score 2-1 Cubbies. And my wife just got home from working out. Hopefully the dogs don't go ballistic. If they do, I apologize in advance. Just means they like the game so far. Holtzman, and that's going to be a 3, defensive check, 47. So on the fact card, that's going to be an error to shortstop, and there they go. Kessinger is a 5. He's going to put that away comfortably. No error there on the roll of 47. And Daisy, Daisy. No one wants to hear you say hi. Sorry about that. So 6-3 and 1 down for the Pirates here. I did forewarn you that was coming. They like to welcome people when they get home. Jose Pagan up. And 12, that's going to be Wheelhouse. 68, Pagan misses it, however, and that's going to be a harmless ground ball down to second base. Becker takes care of that, 2 down. Roberto Clemente up with 2 outs, and 11, that'll be a ballpark. 57 against the lefty. That's going to be an in-play result. And fly out to left field. So the Pirates go down here in the top of the 8th inning. And Veal stays on the mound for the Buccos as Randy Hundley sets to lead it off. Hundley gave the Cubs a little bit of a bumper back and forth with the solo shot. And 6, that's going to be rare play chart, however, nobody on. So again, using my project's rare play chart here in this game. 14 in column 1. 14, batter smacks a home run to left field, poses and gets hit by pitch in his next at bat. The Joey Bats rule. That's actually the second time that's come up in this replay, but Hundley, he goes deep again, and 3 rows deep this time. He celebrates a little bit too long. Bob Veal gives him a glare. And Veal has hit his fatigue point now, so he does not retire anybody in the 8th inning, and he's going to be done for the day. So 3 runs, 2 of them earned, 2 of them coming on home runs as he goes 7 innings. And the Pirates are going to go to their bullpen now, and they're going to bring in the right-hander, Chuck Hartenstein. Hartenstein 5-4, a 3.95 ERA in 1969 with 10 saves. Pirates kind of had a bullpen by committee that year. So Veal is done, and it'll be Hartenstein to Hickman. Nobody out here in the 8th inning, and the pitch is going to be 7 in play, 57, and it's going to be a ground ball down to second base. John Young, the batter, 1 down. And 7 in play, 20, and that's going to be a single for Young. So the Cubbies looking to add more, and Young will try and steal on a roll of 1-4. Not going to happen. Paul Popovich, the batter, the third baseman. 9 in play and 92, rolling some high numbers today. That's a fly out to left field that Stargell puts away. And with a 3-1 lead, they're going to let Holtzman hit. And 5, that'll be Patient, and a ground ball down to shortstop. Patek takes care of Holtzman. So we are through 8 in the Cubbies on the strength of Randy Hundley's 2nd home run of the game, coming off the special events chart. Lead the Pirates 3-1. So Holtzman will look to get out of this, and Phil Regan is up in the Cubbies bullpen just in case. Pop Stargell leads it off, and 7 in play, 09, and that's going to be a single for Stargell. So the Pirates have life as Bob Robertson comes up. Holtzman checks a runner at first, deals 4. That's going to be tough. And 93, that'll be a fly out to left field. So 1 down, runner back to first. Jerry May, the batter. May today is 0 for 3. He struck out 1 time. 8, that's going to be a tough 65, and that'll be a ground ball down to second base. Double play rating, it's outside of May's, inside of Holtzman's, and again there, when it's in between the 2 ratings, I use the 2-10 runner advancement chart just to add a little bit, or increase bump double plays, I guess, just a little bit here. So on this, the runner, the throw is 11 to 45. He will be out. or 0 to 45, I should say. And that is not going to happen, so that'll be a fielder's choice. Stargell is erased at second base. And Jerry May on at first, but 2 down now, and Bill Mazeroski. And how appropriate, I've been insulting him all day for what he did to the Yankees in 1960, and he now has a chance to do the same to the Cubbies. I'll bet tie the game if he can hit a home run. 9, that's going to be patient, but not today, Billy. That's out of range. And 76 will be a ground ball down to shortstop. Kessinger takes care of that. And ball game is over. Cubbies come through with a 3-1 victory. And in real life, as mentioned, they won this game 4-0. So 4 total runs scored. Just one of them goes to the Pirates this time. Holtzman, the complete game win. Found himself in a couple of jams, especially early in the game, but was able to pitch out and turn in a fine performance. And he ended up with, looks like 5 strikeouts, a couple of walks. So the Cubbies moved their record in this 1969 replay to 6-1 with a 3-1 home victory against the Pirates. And we will be back later with Game 2. Until then, have a great day and let's roll.